Welcome.
Welcome back to See You Next Thursday. I am Willow of Pixie Retreat.
And I'm Tree.
And today we're going to touch on this phrase that both of us kind of locked in on from an Abraham Hicks clip that said, the better it gets, the better it gets, the worse it gets, the worse it gets. And it just really resonated for me, and I've been thinking about it. How about you? We talked about it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it all is, mindset and our perceptions and how we view ourselves in the world. And the more we look at it through a negative scope, the more that comes our direction. It's like we also were talking about how every thought has two parts, the wanted and the unwanted.
Yes.
And so we get to choose. And it's a battle all the time,
Yeah.
Being a human. Probably even being an animal, I would think.
I don't know if they. I don't think that they don't. It's like they're moving all on instinct.
But I think
we're moving off of feelings and thoughts.
That's true.
And all is mental.
To be in their mind.
And so, we're moving from instinctual places too. But that's how they entirely move. That it's like they're in heat, they immediately have sex. It's like, do you know what I'm saying? They're hungry, they eat. They have to go to the bathroom. It doesn't matter where they are. They're going to go to the bathroom. It's all
even
instinctual.
On the streets of London.
Thank you. It's all instinctual. And so for us, like you were saying, there's the two ends of the stick of the wanted and the unwanted, and we have these opportunities.
And that means what you're focusing on when you're wanting something. But if you're looking at it, if like you're wanting it, but you're wanting it from a place of lack. So then that's kind of you're in the unwanted, and you're going to get more of that. So then that's kind of, and then you think, well, I don't deserve it. Why isn't it happening? My manifestation doesn't work. Blah blah blah. That's the worse it gets. The worse it gets. That's that mindset.
Right. You think about it's like once your mind starts moving in a direction, many more thoughts and ideas and maybe old scenarios start filling in, and then you'll connect with, you might get a phone call from a friend who just wants to complain about a bunch of things or whatever. It's like the better it gets, the better it gets, the worse it gets, the worse it gets. I was at the pool the other morning. You were out of town, and it was just me. I got up. I went early. I thought I might get to do this on my own today. I might just get to swim by myself. And don't you know, within 5 minutes, somebody else showed up, really and truly the most unoffensive person that could have showed up. What'd you say?
She's a very nice woman.
Very, very nice woman. But in my mind, I was all, why is this person here? Why didn't I get here early enough? And I started to do that thing. And I stopped and I thought, no, wait a minute. You don't want like 5 moms to show up with 10 kids. So let's not let this momentum continue to build in what I don't want. And so instead, I started to think about how great this woman is, how, like I said, non-offensive. She does her thing, I do my thing. She doesn't talk to me, I don't talk to her. We just get our little workouts in and done. And it was really great. Like, then I finished up my swimming much more quickly. It was just she and I, you know what I mean? And nobody else showed up. And I just think, that I could have gone in this other direction that would have, more would have come in that way.
Well, okay, then let me give you another example that was not very great, friendly. Well, I don't know what it was. It was very strange. I was walking yesterday to my car from the grocery store, and I didn't have any music on. I was just walking, looking both ways, crossing over the parking lot. I saw this car coming from my right, a good distance away, I have to say. So I just kept walking because I just had to basically cross over to the aisle where my car was. And next thing you know, and then this other woman's parked right here on this, so it's like this is the street goes like this, and I was walking across it, and it wasn't a street, it's a parking lot. For clarification. So this woman's sitting in her car, bird's eye view of me, like right here, and this car that I saw over here sped at me and tried to like kill me, I swear.
What?
And it just my spirit guides literally pushed me out of the way because I wasn't clueless, and I was looking both ways in the parking lot, and but she was right up on me, like narrowly missed clipping me, and definitely I was picturing my toes getting all crunched up, but for whatever reason I and then I thought, S, she didn't, either she was literally trying to kill me because she was mad, or she was completely out of it.
And you said somebody else witnessed this?
Yeah, and they were like, whoa, that's, and I was like, what the hell? And then I thought, wow, like I almost got run over, Grandma, in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm. Your grandma in the parking lot?
Yeah, me. So I was wondering, was that the worst it gets, because why did that happen?
Well, I can tell you why I think it happened.
And I'll tell you why first it happened, because it proves to me that my angels are watching out for me. So big ups to my angels. Thank you. And why do you think?
Because you and I had been arguing, and then you left kind of in a huff.
Yeah, I did.
And I think that energy drew more energy of the same kind to you.
You think it warranted me getting run over by a car?
No, and you didn't get run over.
I know it.
And you didn't get run over, but I mean, I don't know. It's the same with my situation. I started to do this negative thing, and then I thought, no, if I continue to move this direction, there is going to be 5 moms and 10 kids that show up. You know what I mean? It's just, the better it gets, the better it gets, the worse it gets, the worse it gets.
Yeah, it's basically just how you look at things. It's that momentum
of drawing more to you, because the universe is just going to serve up to us what it is we're putting out. And we might say a bunch of pretty words out loud, but it's about our feelings, and that the feelings are going to translate to our vibration. And that's what's going to be sent to us.
It's our vibration.
So when you left, you were pissed. You were pissed when you left. And so you probably were thinking, she sucks so much. You know what I mean? Like all those things that we think about when we're upset with somebody.
I need to go out. But so, yeah, I mean, it was interesting.
I mean, maybe?
Maybe what?
Maybe that could be part of it. I mean, it's like we're just drawing to us what it is we're putting out.
I mean, I think the point is that...
And maybe if I'd gone out, I probably maybe would have been hit. Who knows?
We focus on our choices, and it is challenging to remember this. It's like to remember to be consciously breathing. We forget. I mean, we breathe automatically, but are we consciously breathing? Mm-hmm. Not very often. I mean, at least for me, I forget all the time. So, but what I was going to say was that we focus on what we want, and then the reason why it slows down from arriving to us is because we're focusing on the lack of it, and that sometimes it's, you think, well, how do I even wrap my head around that notion and stay in that vibration and then watch things come faster, rather than focusing on the things that aren't happening, and then it feels worse, and then we spiral, and then we get depressed, and whatever, we get mad, or who knows? I mean,
another one of the things that Abraham was saying along with this was like talking about, even in popular culture, even in movies, or even in television shows, that you don't see a scenario play out where like somebody's a raging drug addict, and then they become an alcoholic, and then they beat their girlfriend, and then what, they win the lottery. That's not how it tends to go. What tends to happen is something really bad happens, and not something really great, because that doesn't fit with the law of attraction. It just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit with the better it gets, the better it gets, the worse it gets, the worse it gets. As somebody is escalating in a way or spiraling in a way, they're drawing to them more of that. So like I said, a lottery win isn't going to be the thing that happens. I mean, think about Thelma and Louise, that movie, if you ever saw that. Things just kept escalating. It wasn't like they were going to find this happy ending. They drove off the cliff.
Well, it's like on the emotional guidance scale, you can get from, depression to love, but you're not going to go from depression to love just like that. No. And that's the same thing with what you were talking about with, if you're on
if you're on an escalating trajectory in the negative
that you don't want to go, then you just got to take a right turn and start moving up the other direction, and give yourself some grace and allow yourself forgiveness,
Well, but also, remembering that it's, that momentum is, that's why when I was in the pool, I thought, okay, Willow, you need to stop this momentum. It's negative, and you're just going to pull more of that same kind of negativity to you. So, I started to think about all the positive things, and it's,
It changed your day.
It totally changed my day. I had this amazing day. I reconnected with an old friend from like from like my very, very early 20s. We reconnected. It was so cool. We found out we had all these really cool things in common. The day turned out to be a really, really great day. But just kind of going back to what you were saying about the emotional guidance scale, I love this thing. We just have to keep reaching up for that next thing. So,
better thing.
The next
higher,
better feeling, that next higher emotion.
Feeling, thought.
Yeah, that next higher emotion. I'm holding my microphone because it broke. But anyway, so, like Teresa was saying, we can't get from from number 22 to number 1. We've got to take those steps. And one of the quickest ways to stop that momentum is to take a nap or to meditate for 3 minutes. Do something that sleep is the major thing that will stop momentum when it's gotten out of control. Take a walk. Do something.
On the wild side.
So silly. Anyways, we just wanted to talk about that because if we can just more quickly autocorrect when we're feeling these kinds of ways and get in front of it and shift that momentum to a more positive mindset.
And just remember that the better it gets, mm-hmm. the worse it gets, the worse it gets.
So choose the better thought because then it just gets better and better and better.
I'll find myself in a worse it gets scenario probably real soon, and then I'll have to change it. It's it's a daily practice. So.
Yes.
But it is a helpful phrase because if I can think about it, then I think, oh, well, I don't actually want to go down this path. I need to just get myself in check.
Exactly. I just need to and the other thing as well is it's like the minute you start putting a thought in your mind, things that are just like it are they're going to double down.
How long does it take? 17 seconds?
17 seconds before, you start going down that rabbit hole. Either direction, but one direction is obviously better than the other. And we just want it to be better and better, right? Not worse and worse.
Well, when I was taking piano lessons as a kid, my piano teacher said, play it 10 times in a row and don't make one mistake. As soon as I did it 10 times in a row and didn't make a mistake, it became more something that was ingrained and I could do it. I didn't have to worry about making those mistakes.
So all of this, it's just like, it's like anything. It's like you're learning how to play an instrument. You're learning a new language. You're learning something new. We have to practice. And most of us, it's like we have our belief systems that really get in the way, and we have these ideas that get in the way, and we have to just remember that all is mental. So when we can autocorrect quickly, choose the better thought. Choose the better thought because more just like it are going to come, and you're probably going to end up having a really spectacular day.
Yes, so on that note, have a spectacular day.
Have a super, super fantastic day, and we will see you next Thursday. If you liked this video, please hit that like and subscribe button. And please, if you can, listen to our videos all the way through because it really, 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 really helps us grow this channel.
Sorry, I had to laugh because every time that you sound like you're a flight attendant.
I do.
Get you some.
Get you some. Peace out.